Puglia, the heel of Italy's stylish boot, has a wonderfully distinct allure stemming from its rural landscape and patchwork past of Norman, Spanish, Greek, and Byzantine influences. The region is quickly rivaling Tuscany's gourmet title, offering a glimpse into true Italian traditions and values. With miles of bountiful coastline, replete with verdant landscapes of olive groves and vineyards, this pristine region produces some of the country's best, oft undiscovered wines and olive oils. Treat yourself to sensory overload and savor Puglia's famed cucina povera, a stripped-back, authentic style of Italian cooking focusing on simple, fresh ingredients and traditional cooking methods. It's the slow food movement at its best. The region is also home to distinctly luxurious lodgings like the fabulous Hideaway, Borgo Ignatia, a stone-carved haven set amongst Puglia's shady olive groves. The creation of one of the most inspired hoteliers, Aldo Melpignano, and his family, Borgo Ignatia is modeled on a traditional local Apulian Borgo village. Here, the cream-hued estate features romantic suites and villas that are decked out in calming tones and elegantly equipped to meet every creature comfort. While in town, check out their gorgeous sister boutique property, Masseria Torrents, which reopened May 2019 under the estimable Rocco Forte banner and is setting the stage to be a very chic oasis, indeed. Madagascar. For those seeking a still relatively off-the-radar escape, look no further than wild and virtually unexplored Madagascar. This thriving hotspot of biodiversity is a dream for naturalists and adventurers alike. The island is teeming with endemic wildlife, 80% of which can be found nowhere else on Earth. Unknown to most, Madagascar has some of the best beaches in the Indian Ocean. Check out Nosy Be, Madagascar's most scenic coastal spot, where guests can spot humpback whales and lemurs on the shoreline. Located on the northeastern coast of the island, Miavana is the perfect private escape. With only 14 private villas, staying at this luxurious eco-lodge will feel as though you've stumbled upon your own Robinson Crusoe haven. Think days exploring lush tropical rainforests and watching turtles nest on the deserted white sand beaches. Ladakh. The Himalayan kingdom of Ladakh is one of the few places on Earth that remains virtually untouched and unexplored. Situated at an average altitude of 11,500 feet, Ladakh is crisscrossed by 4 mountain ranges, the Great Himalaya, the Ladakh, the Zungskar, and the Karakoram. Boasting mesmerizing views at every turn, it's one of India's best-kept secrets. Enjoy the calm serenity of the fresh mountain air, incredible views, and rich Buddhist heritage throughout the region. Guests in Ladakh can opt to stay in beautiful homestays like the Shakti village houses in unknown villages of the Indus Valley and remote luxury tended camps. Tour the city of Leh with local royalty, meet local monks, stargaze to your heart's content and even catch a game of Ladakhi polo, all while enjoying the ultimate escapist dream. In contrast to the Italo-Spanish metropolis of Buenos Aires and the surrounding grassy pampas, Argentina's northwest boasts a strong Andean and spiritual heritage as a meeting point for South America's indigenous communities. The region is famed for its spectacular scenery and richly colored landscapes. Think red rock valleys, multicolored and monochromatic hills and terracotta peaks magically set against stark blue skies. The diversity of this area makes it a haven for trekking, horseback riding, rafting, driving 4x4s and a plethora of other adventure activities. The city of Salta boasts some of the best preserved colonial architecture, attractive plazas and regional cuisine in all of Argentina, making it an off-the-beaten-track cultural gem. Feel like you're being let in on a local secret as you step inside La Merced del Alto, in the heart of the Calchaquí Valley. Built as a traditional manor house with wide interior patios and tall galleries, La Merced del Alto is a beautiful reflection of its rustic surroundings in the heart of the Argentinian countryside. Faroe Islands, Denmark. Located in the chilly waters between Scotland and Iceland, the Faroe Islands are a real retreat. The dramatic landscapes completely redefine the notion of an untouched archipelago, giving travelers access to a wilder side of the Danish kingdom. Rugged coastlines once considered Viking territory are home to natural wonders best explored via old fishing boats for a mystical effect. But the Faroes are also beginning to take their first steps towards modernization, with chic shops and the island's 2 Michelin star restaurant, Cox, serving up inspired Faroese delicacies. Stay at the new boutique Hotel Havgrim Seaside Hotel, a beautifully restored historic home right on the water, full of Nordic charm. Design here is inspired by the calming seas, featuring large glass windows and private balconies with mesmerizing views. The property possesses a palpable sense of peace to remind you this is exactly where you should be. With good reason, The Faroe Islands are limiting tourism to preserve the ecosystem and authentic culture, so plan ahead, far in advance, if this adventure piques your interest. Georgia. With a renewed fervor surrounding this country and its importance in the history of the Silk Road, now is the time to head to Georgia while it's still very in the know. Underneath the surface of this mostly rural country lies a unique European culture most travelers have little knowledge of, where hospitality and warmth shine as travelers and guests are considered gifts from God. Rich in history, unique culinary traditions, green hilltops, snow-capped mountains, and spring waters, Georgia will easily capture your attention. The birthplace of wine, Georgia's Sinagi, has a history of producing wine as far back as the 5th millennium BC, and many vintners still employ the traditional methods of their ancestors. Enophiles will be enchanted with the rare opportunity to stay at Chateau Svanige, owned by its namesake family of winemakers, a truly captivating way to discover the importance of wine, and even bring back a bespoke bottle yourself. Georgia's indulgent culinary specialties, which include cheese-filled khachapuri and mtsvadi skewers cooked on aged grapevine, only leave room after for a glass of chacha, a local whiskey regularly on the menu for Georgians, so hit up the local watering holes. The Art Deco Stamba Hotel in Tbilisi, a converted Soviet printing house headquarters, now serves as a testament to the growing art and design interests of modern Georgia and is an inspiring backdrop to the historic churches, iconic statues, and 11th-century castles scattered throughout the city. Stockholm Archipelago. Located east of Stockholm, the Stockholm Archipelago is the discreet spot where Sweden's well-heeled flock for the summer. Known by locals as Skargarden, setting sail is the best way to see all of the skerries and rocks in this Swedish gem. Untapped by tourists and preserved by locals, the Stockholm Archipelago is a cluster of 3,000 islands that offer incredible views and access to Stockholm's scenic soft sand beaches, historic castles, lush forests, and stunning coastlines. Locals and visitors alike can cruise like royalty as you split your time between land and sea, with mornings sailing through the untouched, scenic waters and afternoons exploring storybook villages and Stockholm's Old Town. From the calm waters of Gränna to the charm of Wardhouse, the Stockholm Archipelago's magnificent views from the seas, and cobblestone streets from the land, are simply enchanting. Post up in the stylish and charming Rival Hotel, perfect for Swedish culture lovers as this property is owned by ABBA's own Benny Andersson. Guacalito de la Isla, Nicaragua. Perched on the emerald coast of Nicaragua, home to 30 miles of untouched beaches, Guacalito de la Isla is an under-the-radar Central American haven. Be sure to stay at the Muckle Resort, the brainchild of local entrepreneur Don Carlos Pellas, whose family poured their heart and soul into the region in an effort to preserve its beauty and share it with like-minded travelers. The property's name translates from the Mayan word for secret, and it lives up to its status as a hidden gem, comprised of fairy tale beach villas and bohíos nestled on the stunning, mile-long Manzanillo Beach awash with light powdery sand and glorious Pacific sunsets. From surfing and ashboarding down volcanoes, to nature and bike paths through pristine jungles where monkeys, iguanas, and tropical birds abound, the chances for adventure here are endless. Here, the infinite pleasures of doing nothing are also not be underestimated. Simply lie back, relax, and take in those panoramic views of the Pacific. São Tomé and Príncipe. In the Gulf of Guinea off the coast of West Africa, the nation of Príncipe is an intimate, discreet island oasis enveloped by enchanting flora and fauna, ocean breezes, and lush tropical forests. Ecologically savvy travelers will relish the pristine, well-protected environment as a remarkable base to explore this lost world of beaches, bays, and jungles. Sunday Praya's luxe-tented accommodations at the wild northwest tip of the island of Príncipe will help in losing all sense of time and place while searching for turtles, whales, birds, and dolphins. True explorers will enjoy discovering historical churches on biosphere trails hidden throughout the island. Between September and April, you can check out the incredible hatching of the sea turtles, while year-round you can spot any of the 29 endemic species of birds on the island. When you're not lounging in a private tented villa or on a four-wheel drive through the local plantations, dine at Sunday Praya's terrific restaurant that has adapted local traditions and flavors including tuna, wahoo, passion fruit, and pineapple. A dinner, or two, here is a must. Congo. For travelers looking to get off the beaten track and go where few tourists have been before, there are few destinations that rival the Congo. A whole new kind of safari destination, the Congo offers luscious forests, rare and exotic wildlife, and safe cities in between. The Congolese capital, Brazzaville, Is known as the Paris of Africa. It's a must-see, boasting some of the safest and cleanest streets in Africa. Trek, kayak, and cruise through the heart of the Adzala-Kokua National Park and track endangered western lowland gorillas before you wade through the Longobes in search of forest elephants and buffalo. Stay at Adzala Discovery Camps and unearth a leafy green paradise where you can get closer to nature than ever before. These 3 gorgeous camps in northwest Congo are all about stripped-back luxury and unleashing your inner explorer. For the true globetrotter, this is really adventure at its purest. Mancora, Peru. Often overlooked, Mancora, Peru is home to the tranquil Mancora Beach and the beautiful stone, wood, and mud boutique hotel, Kishik. Once the personal home of the owner, Kishik is now a destination in and of itself for visitors to retreat and unwind with yoga, fish for the daily catch, and dining on nutritious, pescatarian and vegetarian soul food. Naturally, all the dishes here feature locally produced ingredients and flavors such as coconut and gamasio. Rooted in its love for the sun, fresh fish, and surfing, Mancora's barefoot bohemian vibes make it a must-visit destination for those with an uninhibited affinity for the natural world. Seemingly in a constant summer, Mancora is a year-round haven for kite surfing, plunge pools, and fresh dining options year-round. Humpback whale spotting season is a prime time to visit, and runs from June to October. Wadi Rum, Jordan. The dramatic and desolate desert landscapes of Jordan have enticed explorers to trek through its unforgiving landscapes for millennia. But what most travelers don't know is that it's more accessible than you might think. Unlock the area's hidden gems and Bedouin culture via Wadi Rum, a must on every intrepid traveler's bucket list. Planning a comprehensive trekking tour through this historic, otherworldly landscape is highly advised and the best way to explore the very setting that scenes from the film Lawrence of Arabia were staged. For a cultural must, travelers can explore the 7 jagged rock columns natural landmark from which T.E. Lawrence's famed novel, The 7 Pillars of Wisdom, takes its names. Thrill seekers can tour via camel or jeep, stopping off at Bedouin communities along the way and overnighting in luxury desert camps where traditional meals are served around a fire under the stars. Andaman Islands. A hidden jewel off the coast of West India, the Andaman Islands are a secluded hideaway known for pristine shores and impressive aquatic life. The tropical jungles and secluded islands are a tranquil, and quite perfect, way to round out a trip after spending time in the mainlands of India. The newly opened Taj Exotica Resort and Spa in Havelock gives travelers more reason to visit than ever before. Touting its white sand beaches and crystal clear waters, the Taj Exotica Resort and its surrounding scenery set the scene for your days quietly exploring the archipelago, and indulging at the hotel's sun-drenched pool and spa. A few days on the Andamans will help you reset and restore after being immersed in the vibrant colors, bustling crowds, and sensory overload from exploring buzzy Mumbai or a romantic hoot at Lofoten Archipelago, Norway. This unrivaled wilderness offers the perfect base for sailing, kayaking, and hiking in the remote fjords of Norway for intrepid travelers. Spend a few nights at Manshausen, a remote island enclave featuring glass cabins perched above the Lofoten waters, to hike mountain ranges over the islands of Maloya and Grottoya, rock climb the red-hued cliffs of nearby Nordscott, or fully unwind with a freshwater soak in your room. Explore the impressive mountains that dominate the landscape by foot, and take in incredible views of the frozen wilderness, steep jagged peaks and ocean. For a show-stopping experience, ski down slopes of virgin powder right to the water's edge, where an antique sailing schooner awaits. While you're out on the Arctic waters, be sure to look up the beauty of the northern lights as amplified from the water. There are also some wildlife sightings not to be missed. The Lofoten Islands often see white-tailed eagles only visible during the summer, when there is access to steep-sided fjords such as Trollfjorden. Ethiopia. One of Africa's most fascinating and culturally captivating countries has only recently become more accessible to intrepid travelers. The area has seen a wave of new experiential lodges in, now more easily accessed, remote parts of the country, offering travelers a chance to discover the cultural and natural wonders of Ethiopia, which is home to the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites of any country in Africa. Within this stunning backdrop, head on safari in search of the elusive Ethiopian wolf and fully immerse yourself in the local culture, savoring coffee and wild honey at local markets. For the adventurous, sojourn through the Dinakal Depression, where guests can trek via camels across lakes of salt, view volcanoes that light up the night sky, and climb the summit of Erda Ale for the ultimate sunrise vista. For accommodations, check out the unforgettable Rustic Bale Mountain Lodge in the breathtaking Simeon Lodge, the highest hotel in Africa, perched above a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Southern Namib Desert, Namibia. This remote destination in Namibia is known for its mesmerizing dark skies, making it a tranquil and inspiring backdrop for nightly stargazing, and one of the best spots in the world to do so. The sophisticated, luxurious, and newly opened Sonobe Lodge Tended Camp is nestled in the Karas region, perched above boulders with sweeping desert views. It is truly the best place to experience this destination. Spend your time here walking, biking, horseback riding, and hot air ballooning, taking in the fragrant scents wafting from the opulent cigar lounge. Aromas and tastes also abound at the lodge's White Glove, 5-course, gala-style dinner. Easily hop between other Namibian destinations from this region, like Sossusvlei, Windhoek and Omonde Camp, or stay put at the lodge and soak in the majestic surroundings and wildlife. If you're after the ultimate in serene experiences, take a soak in the infinity pool overlooking the enchanting desert of Namibia.